The road to hell, as the saying goes, is paved with good intentions. The State Children, Youth and Families Department had good intentions in 2004 when it backed off on locking up kids who commit crimes. Instead, officials set up a system to release many young offenders to the community for treatment. But on tonight's special assignment report, Tim Maestas says it's not working.
I did a commercial burglary in a Paisano food market. I was facing 2 in trial, and then I got a plea.
Inmates at YDDC, the state-run juvenile detention center in Albuquerque. The stories vary behind how they end up here. Some of them destroy property, break into houses and businesses, hurt people, or even kill. Once they're caught, the treatment they receive could make the difference between a life of crime or embracing the straight and narrow. But right now, the state agency in charge of their care is in a bind.
I believe that the current system needs a whole lot of work.
CYFD Secretary Yolanda Dinas says a shortage of space for juvenile offenders is the main issue.
The problem is we don't have as many beds as we have children needing those beds.
Once sentenced, kids are sent through a process to determine what kind of treatment they need and where they should go. It's supposed to take 3 weeks, but now it's taking up to 3 months.
They're lingering in the intake process.
According to the Secretary and CYFD staffers, the problems began back in 2004. That's when CYFD shifted focus from putting juvenile inmates in detention facilities to community-based rehabilitation. The shift in focus came with the closure of multiple facilities, including the boys' school in Springer. A total of 210 beds disappeared, a 40% decrease statewide. About the same time, a private insurance company took over paying for treatment services.
I think it's an inherent conflict of interest that a state that wants to provide services to its neediest and most vulnerable citizens have given the money over to a corporation that runs on the for-profit model.
Santa Fe psychologist Dr. Susan Cave says many kids are not getting the treatment they need to turn their lives around.
They say this kid is rejected. They're not going to send him to residential treatment. Meanwhile, he's ditched school that day and he's out running around. He commits another residential burglary.
Dr. Cave is not alone. Tara Ford provides legal services to kids in Albuquerque.
We work with kids who we think need more care than they're being authorized or different care than they're being authorized, and we really end up having to advocate for them to be able to access the services.
Judge Michael V. Hill, who runs the Children's Court in Santa Fe, routinely deals with the same problem.
If we don't give them what they need and get them the treatment that they need, they are going to start costing the taxpayer an awful lot of money.
Judge V. Hill says the way the system has changed doesn't bode well for anyone.
It either affects the community by these children reoffending in some way, and God forbid that they would hurt anyone.
Months into her new job, Secretary Dinas says she's aware of the issues and she intends to fix what she can.
We've been blessed enough to have a reasonable amount of money provided for us in the 2012 budget so that I can start loosening up on the hiring freeze and begin to hire staff.
Dinas also tells us she is working with Optum Health, the insurance company in charge of paying for treatment services, to make sure kids are getting the treatment they need, even with the reduction in beds.
How many times have you been here?
Second time.
Tim Maestas, KRQE News 13.
In a statement to News 13, Optum Health insisted the company is doing its job and told us it chose not to take a profit from state business for the current fiscal year.